but every now and again, even a retard like says something correct, right? So Rep. Majorie Taylor Greene, who's a major tard, pointed out something very cogent in this Fox News article here, revolving around another problem that America faces, that being the H1B scam. Fox News numbers say it all: 70% of H1B visas go to India, 10 to 15 to China, and then everybody else gets the last 15%. They can fight over the last H1Bs. However, the big important part is that these are not high paying jobs. These are not high skill jobs. These are not something that you can't find here in America. These are something that you simply don't want to pay Americans to do. 80% of the jobs that these H1B visa holders have, which again is vast majority Indians, are entry level. It's data collection, it's data entry, it's code monkey, it's sales positions, it's desk jockey stuff that should be done by an American with a high school degree, basically, not even a diploma, with a high school degree done by an American making 40, 50, 60, 70K a year. Instead, they just, through this H1B program, import people that will destroy your nation, destroy your country, destroy your local communities. And then they can also, on top of that, pay them even less money. And so you can't find a house, you can't find a job, but Sareem down the street, him and his 12 guys can live in a condo and turn it into a crap house. And they can work at your local tech job or something like that, literally being code monkeys.
Yeah, I'd rather they work at my local tech job than be driving trucks.
Well, either way, I don't want even an entry level CDL position. These people should not have, right? You do not need H1B visas coming here for entry level positions that should be hired out to an American, right? Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
I
Like,
see
what was
no
it?
reason for
California?
yeah, California.
California
And
just canceled 17,000 CDLs, right? The streets are safer already. And what that does is if California cancels 17,000 CDLs, well, the trucking companies, they're going to have to hire non H1Bs, which would at least assumedly mean that a higher proportion of American citizens are actually getting those jobs. Now, they might just switch over to, less legal means for transportation and cheaper methodologies, but
some of
the
them
hope
will
would be that
inevitably.
they would actually start to hire the right people. So I'm introducing, this is again Majorie Taylor Greene, and I believe Thomas Massey is also a supporter of the bill to completely end the H1B visa program, which again we don't need. America doesn't need it. America has zero need for any Indian or Chinese person or anything like that. They don't need to be taking up any of our resources. They don't need to be taking up any of our already crowded housing market. They don't need to be taking up any of our crowded job market. All of those jobs and all of those houses should be going to Americans and only to Americans, right? That's it. These people shouldn't be
Especially
allowed to be
when
on
we
any
have
sort
a
of
thing
government
called
subsidy.
unemployment.
Yeah, it's just absolutely not. And these are, again, very important. These are not highly technical jobs. These are entry level positions. These are positions that could be done by you or me with minimal training. These are
What are you trying
not,
to say, John?
these are because I'm retarded, right? But I have a college degree, right? But I wouldn't need it for 90% of these jobs,
Yeah.
80% of these jobs. They're entry level with minimal train up, minimal workup on a lot of these jobs. You can get up to speed quite quickly. I'm introducing a bill to eliminate H1B visas to make sure American workers come first. Like, how simple? How simple is that? America has the most talented people in the world, and I will always fight for them. Thanks, Majorie, even though I don't trust you whatsoever.
An
I mean,
H1B holder.
Good.
this has got to be beneficial for her as far as the people who criticize her, right? This is workers of the world unite. Well, workers of the U.S. unite. It's the closest thing that will come to nationalist communism, I guess.
Hey, Jim, I don't think Vintage is coming on tonight. I haven't talked to him since yesterday, I think. Talking to him about a few topics we'd love to discuss with y'all. I was thinking about doing a space on X, but I could try YouTube as well. I don't know if I can on YouTube. Well, if you're trying to get really spicy, X is a better place to do that. If you want me to hang out on X, I'm free to do that, but not probably not tonight for me. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, Vintage has got a couple things going on. I was talking with him earlier.
Dante says Americans aren't moving into those locations to take those jobs. That's not relevant because those companies have to have these jobs, right? If they're actually important. So when they start offering, no, stop it. When they start to offer more money, Americans will move to those locations, right? Or if they're in the middle of San Francisco and they can't pay 12, H1Bs to live in an apartment complex together, they'll have to move out of those high rent areas, right? Either the company offers more money so that they can attract a wider audience, or they move out of that location, right? Either way is fine.
Well, also for things like coding, there's remote work. You don't have to be there.
Yeah.
People don't have to move to those locations.
It's not only the tech industry. A lot of it's the tech industry, but it's not only the tech industry, right? I mean, it can be driving programs. It can be like literally sales jobs. It can be customer service. It can be all of these entry level positions that literally a high schooler or anybody with a GED should be able to accomplish just fine. You don't need to hire an H1B visa program and ruin your country and your community in the process.
Visa holders in America. 700,000 H1B visa holders in America. Now, who is coming to this country to take these high-skilled jobs? As I mentioned, STEM fields dominate the occupations, and most of the workers come from India. In fact, 70% of H1B visa holders come from India. Another 10 to 15% come from China. 80% of H1B visa approvals are for entry-level or junior-level jobs. That's a little hard to stomach when we hear that we're not talented enough or that we're not skilled enough for these jobs, when you consider that most of these jobs are...
You're not talented enough to answer the phone. You're not talented enough to fill out a spreadsheet. You couldn't possibly get a CDL. It's like, no. These jobs are 100% doable by the average American and should be done by the average American, not Rajit Singh from, India Stan or whatever he might be from.
Actually at entry or junior level jobs. And it's definitely to the benefit of corporations.
That's a great question. Let me look. What is India's average IQ?
I'm going to guess 85.
Average IQ. I think it's 80. If I remember correctly, I think it's 80. Average IQ by country. Well, it's not in the top. It's not the top 15.
Oh, we didn't expect that.
India. Can you tell me? Could I search? Okay. India. Oh my. Okay. My bad. I thought it said 76. It says 99, although I don't know if that's true because Lynn Becker has it. Lynn Becker has it at 76.
Well, let's split the difference.
Yeah, split the difference, I guess. What is the IQs? So I don't know why that can't be right because ITT has it at 99 and Lynn Becker has it at 76.
So I was right, 85.
Yeah, roughly. Split the difference there. Say it 85. But anyways, yeah, you're too stupid to do these jobs. I remember that.
Tech companies that can hire foreign workers, trust me on this, cheaper than American workers. This is laid out, by the way, by billionaire tech entrepreneur Palmer Luckey.
There's so much H1B abuse. You would not believe what I saw when I was in.
Now, Palmer Luckey, he's the guy behind Anduril and a few of these other programs. He's the nerd guy who does that full visor system that we took a look at a few days ago with integrated, thermal drone overlays, like full video game Halo type stuff. That's this guy, and he's very ingrained in the tech industry and kind of knows the deal.
Palmer Luckey.
There's so much H1B abuse. You would not believe what I saw when I was in Silicon Valley. It is insane. It's obviously a program to try and replace U.S. workers with basically slave labor that can't ever escape. H1B abuse is crazy.
Now, what he means by that slave labor. Thank you for that, huge ass. What he means by that when he says slave labor is the fact that these people, when they get these jobs, they're on an H1B visa. They're here. I believe they can take their direct family members. I believe that's the only people that they can take with them legally to stay in the U.S. But when they're all here, they have to maintain work at that job. They can't leave, right? Because if they leave, then they lose their visa. And if they lose their visa, then them and their family have to either stay here illegally, which visa overstays absolutely happen, or they all get sent home, right? So then they lose everything that they were fighting for. So essentially, like, a company can bring in an Indian for $40,000 a year into an $80,000 a year position and then hold that over their head forever. They can never get a raise. They can never leave until, they've been here 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever the specific program is. So it is essentially a second-class citizen that can't leave. It might as well be indentured servitude. Like, you're on a contract with a company, and if they want, they can send you home. You can't leave. You can't get a raise, and you're essentially just cheap, retarded labor. But companies shouldn't be allowed to exploit that because we're ruining the American communities and taking jobs away from actual Americans, people that I actually care about.